Okay, good morning everyone. Let's slide to the edge of the chair. And put the side of your hand in the groin where the leg meets the hip. And just bend and come back. Go forward and back. Go forward and back. And go forward and back. And as you go forward, feel the weight going into your feet, maybe into your knees. The hands is in the groin, like the side of the hand is in the groin, and you're folding over the hand. So the hand is flat. It's like a sandwich. The hand is the cheese, and you're putting the top part of the sandwich on top of the thighs, the bottom. So you're folding and you come back. And you're folding and you come back. So you're pivoting on your sitting bones. Forward, more weight on the thighs, on the knees, on the feet, and you're releasing. Forward and come back. Now we're going to do it a little bit different. Inhale first and exhale when you fold. Inhale when you come up. Exhale when you release. And inhale. Exhale when you fold. Inhale coming back up. And let it go. So there is a lifting as you inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up. Exhale. So pay attention to what happens to the position of the sitting bones. So instead of just going back and forth, kind of like on automatic, see if you can feel how the sitting bones are rolling. So inhale, lift the torso up. Pivot on your sitting bones. Make the sandwich. Open the sandwich up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Can you feel the sitting bones rolling? And let's do it one more time. Inhale. Go forward. Take your hands out. Put your hands above your knees. Push with your hands to lift yourself up. Now fold and open your elbow. Exhale. Push with your hands to come up. Exhale. Fold. Push with the hands to lift yourself up. Don't pretend, really push. And fold. Push with the hands to come up. Fold. Push with the hands and come up. Next, we're going to pay attention to what happens to the head. It's quite heavy. It's not just like 1 pound or 2 pounds. It's heavy, right? So the hands are here. You're folding. What are you doing with the head? Are you releasing? Is your nose now facing the floor? Push with the hands and come up. And fold. Nose looking at the floor. Push with the hands and come up. Fold. Allow the nose to be parallel to the floor. Push with the hands to come up. And fold. And come up. Good. Now we're going to let the head go even further. We're going to kind of drop the head as heavy weight all the way as low as we can. So we inhale, we lift the torso. We fold, exhale, drop the head. Now push with the hands and see how hard it is. Is it harder? And inhale, lift the chest, lift the chest, fold, exhale, drop the head. So the top of the head is looking at the floor, and push. And roll one vertebra at a time. Inhale, lift the chest, fold, drop the head, and push with the hand as you inhale to come up. One more time. Inhale, lift the chest, fold, elbows out, drop the head. Inhale, push the hands into the legs and come up. Okay, let's have a little bit of a rest. You may be even like lightheaded. Ta-ta, ta-ta, pa-ta, pa-pam, pam-pam, pa-pam, 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 pam, pa-pam, pa-pam, again, pa-pam, 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 pam, pa-pam, heels are touching the floor, pa-pam, pa-pam, pam, 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 pa-pam, 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 pa-pam. Last one on this leg, other leg, pa-pam, pa-pam. Heel touch the floor, pa-pam, 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 pa-pam. Inhale while you're pushing the hands into the middle of your thighs and lift the torso up. Hold your breath. Open your mouth and exhale slowly. Drop your shoulders. Drop your shoulders. And inhale again. Push your hands into the thighs. Lift the torso so most of your lung is filled with as much oxygen as you can. Hold the breath. Swallow, open your mouth, and slowly exhale, lowering your shoulders. Good. We're going to go back into the folding, but now instead of having the top of the head down or the nose down, we're going to keep the eyes on the horizon. So the head will stay looking forward. So we're having a bend in the neck, a flexion in the back of the neck. And push the hands into the legs and come up. Inhale up, lift the torso. Open the elbow, fold, and keep the eyes on the horizon. And push with the hands and come up. So you see there are a lot of different variations to do things. Inhale up. Fold, open the elbows, fold yourself like a sandwich, and the eyes are looking forward, 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 forward. Push the hands into the legs. And sit. Exhale. Inhale, lift the torso, open the elbows. Lean forward and look at the horizon. Open your eyes, look. Make an effort to actually look and see what it is that you see. And come back and relax. And inhale again, lift the torso, open the elbows. Fold yourself into two, open your eyes and look. And come back. And relax. And lift the torso. Inhale. Fold yourself into two, open the elbows and open the eyes and look. And come back, relax, and I'm going to give you another little challenge, which is a huge challenge. Next time, we're going to look forward again, but you're only going to bend at the neck as much as you are bending in the lumbar. So, I'm going to just give you an example of what I hope you're not going to do. Don't do this where this is straight and this is bent like 90 degrees. As much as you can bend in the lumbar, that's as much as you bend in the neck. Okay? See if you can find that distinction. And so, hands on the thighs, inhale, lift the torso, fold yourself into two, the eyes are open, and you're bending in the neck, you're flexing just as much as your lumbar is flexing. Those two are related to one another through the spine. Those are the two curves in the spine. And when you move both equally and in relation to one another, you will be able to slide off the chair and get up. But we're not quite ready. Let's just do it a few more times. Just see if you can roll your sitting bones and glide to the edge of the chair as you go forward and then come back. I promise you we will get up in less than 3 minutes. Inhale up. Fold yourself, open your eyes, and bend in the lumbar just as much as you in the neck, and see if you can roll to the edge of the chair and lift your tailbone so the hip is lifted, and then come back down. Yeah, just a little bit. Some of you can do it really easy. Some of you have harder time with the weight of the body going forward and up. And if you are so inclined and you want to try to go all the way up, then you fold you inhale, you exhale with a lifted torso, you bend at the lumbar, you bend at the neck, you shift forward, and make sure that your knees stay right above your feet, that you're not letting your knees fall in. And then you bring the tailbone back into the edge of the chair. I see some of you in the middle of the chair, the edge of the chair, so you can roll back and sit on the sitting bones. So everything that we have worked on for the last 12 minutes is super important. You're on the edge of the chair, you're on the sitting bones. You inhale, you lift the torso up. You fold yourself into a sandwich. The eyes are open. You bend in the lumbar as much as you bend in the neck. Your hands are on your legs. Your knees are over your feet, and you shift the weight. You're rolling out of the chair to get up. To get down, you send the tailbone. So now again, you have that flexion in the neck and in the lumbar until you find the edge of the chair, and the sitting bones can roll back. So you're sitting on the sitting bones. Beautiful. And it's easy, isn't it? Much easier than trying to get up from back there. Let's do it a few more times. Do it in your own time. But remember to lift the chest, to bend just as much, to flex at the lumbar and the neck, to have your eyes looking to where you're going, and to have strong legs with the knees right over the second and third toe. When you want to get down, the pelvis is searching the way, like you have eyes there in your tailbone, and it's reaching for the chair until you find the chair, and eventually what they do in the Far East or many countries, you can go all the way down, right? This is a way to give birth. This is a way to go and evacuate yourself. And this is an angle that works really well. But we're going to do it only from the chair. Okay? And inhale. Fold. Look. Keep your eyes nice and open and look. Or even if you want to try next time, try it with your eyes not looking, eyes closed, and see how different it is. Now put eyes in the tail and reach for the chair and roll back into the sitting bone. Let's try it with the eyes closed and see what it feels like. Inhale, fold like a sandwich, feel the flexion in the lumbar and the flexion in the head, and come up. Was it a little harder? And close the eyes and get your eyes back there into the tail and reach for the chair and sit. Okay, wonderful. Pa-pam, 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 pam, 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 pa-pam, 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 pa-pam. Heels to the ground. Ta-tam, 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 ta-tam. Only one leg. Pa-pam, 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 pam-pam, pa-pam, 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 pam-pam, pa-pam, 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 pam-pam. Other leg. Pa-pam, 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 pam-pam, pa-pam, 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 pam-pam, pam-pam, pa-pam, 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 pam-pam, pam-pam. And out and in and out, in, out, in, out, in. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Go ahead and take your left hand and put it underneath your armpits, holding your ribs above your breast. Now roll all the way, go all the way to the back of the chair and lean on it. And we're going to inhale, imagining the breath coming in through our nose, going all through the system, going down in the center and veering to the right and feeling the right side of the lung. The right lung has 3 lobes, so the upper quadrant, we're going to feel it with the breath. And we exhale and feel how the ribs up here are expanding into the chair. You may feel that your right arm is rotating out and in as you inhale. If you look at a newborn, you can see that when they inhale, their arms are rolling out for the expansion of the diaphragms on the ribs and the connections. Everything moves. So right now we are pretending that we can bring the oxygen that we're breathing into the upper part. We're kind of forcing it into the upper part of the right lungs. So we can inhale about 4.5 liters of air. 500, like half a liter, always stays in the lung as a residual. It's always there. And inhale all the way up, feeling your shoulder and the ribs. And now push the ribs into the chair as you inhale. Your upper ribs, press them into the chair like there's no room. It's so full. And exhale. And one more time. You're creating a balloon that expands and go forward and side and back on the right side and the top. And exhale. Release the left hand. And just notice how this area feels bigger, fuller. And now take your left hand and put it underneath your breast on the lower ribs. And we're going to pretend that the air comes, we're not going to pretend, we're going to breathe, but the pretending or the imagination is to notice the breath coming in, going down into the center here, going into the brachial and going into the lower lobe. Maybe the middle too, but mostly the lower lobe. So inhale and expand those lower ribs as much as you have an awareness. And again, allow the arm to roll. Feel how the ribs are opening and rolling. Maybe they're expanding a little bit like an accordion. And with that 4 liters of air that we're breathing, we can increase the volume of our breath. So there's a lot that we can do for ourselves that you don't really hear in the normal channels of lung health. And anything we can do for ourselves. If the handle of the chair is bothering you, move all the way so it can hang freely. Move to the side of your chair. And inhale. And now push the lower ribs into the chair. And exhale. And again, inhale and press the lower ribs, the floating ribs, into the back of your chair. And one more time. And let it go and release the left hand and go back into the center of the chair. Make sure that you are with the back leaning on the chair, as much of your back as possible, so you are as erect as possible. And now put your hands in the front ribs, like so you feel the ribs that are attached to one another all the way to the floating ribs that are like free here. So, I mean, they're free in the back, but they're kind of like attached to one another here. So you're holding them, and we're going to balloon forward and back at the same time, and sideways if you can. So inhale, and your belly becomes like you're pregnant, and let it go. And again, inhale, push forward, side and back, get pregnant. And let it go. And when I was growing up, the thing to do was to actually pull in all the time. And that's very, very unhealthy. Maybe looking good for some people, but healthy is not. So inhale, get like 3 months pregnant or even 4. Expand the ribs, push back to the chair, push forward, and let it go. And one more time. Inhale, push in all directions, like a balloon. Inflate the balloon, deflate the balloon, and rest. Take a minute to feel the right side versus the left side. And we're going to do one more thing on the right side. We're going to take the right hand and we're going to hug our head, touching the other side. So now the ribs are lifted. The lung starts from the second rib all the way up here. It ends all the way down here. It's a very long organ. And it fills up by contracting the muscles, mainly the diaphragm, but now we have this muscle as well. And we're going to stretch the lung down and up. Ready? And inhale and stretch. Pull the elbow up and feel the air all the way down. And relax. Deflating the balloon. So now the balloon doesn't go in all directions, it goes up and down. And inhale. Stretch, 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 stretch the balloon and deflate it. And 2 more times. Inhale. Maybe try to put the elbow in a different place to get into different area of the ribs and more in the back of the lungs. And inhale. Fill with air, bottom and top. Exhale. One last time, last effort. A big stretch for the lung. And inhale. Work the muscle, work them and stretch the lung and the lining in the lung. And exhale. Take your arm down. Rest your shoulders. Close your eyes for a minute. And feel the difference. We have only a couple of minutes to do the other side. I kind of got carried away. And go ahead and sit all the way. Put your hand on the upper ones. And breathe into the lung on the top. Allow the arm to rotate and bring the top of the left lung, fill it with air in all directions. And one more time. And relax. Take your arm down and put it on the bottom of the ribs, on the lower lobe on the left lung. Over here we have only 2 lobes because we have the heart sitting there between the middle and the left. And inhale, expand in all directions. See if you can get with the lungs, with the ribs touching the back of the chair. Try to reach and touch the chair with your ribs. There's a little bit of a rotation, rolling back. Wonderful. Take your left, put it overhead, and we're going to stretch up and down and forward and back. No, sorry, let's do just all of it for a couple of times. So everything. Get pregnant, belly out, ribs goes in all directions. You're pressing the ribs into the back of the chair and you exhale. And get pregnant, Press the air down and forward and back and up. Press the back of your chair. Feel the ribs. And let go. Let's do it one more time. All directions. And let go. And now take the arm overhead, wrap your hand around, maybe reach the opposite shoulder. So now it's the left arm, and we are stretching the lung up and down. And exhale. The lung has a lining. And see if you can maybe feel that stretching of the lining. Take a deep breath. Stretch it up and down. Maybe move the elbow a little bit further back. And one more time. And relax. Relax the arm. And just to conclude this lesson, we're going to inhale up, you're going to swallow, and you're going to open your mouth, and you're going to exhale as slowly as you can, observing the quality of your breath. So inhale, swallow, open your mouth, and exhale. Good. Did you feel that the exhale was longer and longer and longer?